This podcast is part of the Zeo to Hero podcast network. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming back to the show. My name is Jared. I am the host here at If You Give a Data podcast. I'm really excited about this conversation that I have here tonight. It is somebody that I kind of just now started getting to know in the last few months and stuff. We started following each other on Instagram, and he's been a part of some stuff from other people that I know. And I was like, man, he would be a really cool guest to have on the show. He's an actor, a model, a stunt performer, a voice talent, and a sound engineer. He's done audiobooks and e-learning and video games and ADR, and he's been a part of the Skeleton Crew from Disney and also part of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Um, he was also, I thought this was kind of cool because I have been doing a lot of Fortnite playing here recently. He was the radio DJ on quite a few seasons or chapters of Fortnite. And I am talking about Justin Cabanting. Did I say that right?
You rocked it first try.
Man, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, Jared. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm very excited to be here to talk to you tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Chee-hoo. I love it.
So you've done a lot. You know, I've been looking through your
Oh,
IMDb and everything, and you've worked with a lot of, amazing big production companies and stuff. You know, you've worked with Disney and Netflix, even McDonald's, and Sony, HBO, you name it. Was this something that you've always wanted to do?
it's kind of rolled out as more of I've had the wonderful honor or and these opportunities. I happened to be at the right place and right time.
Yeah.
And so I'm very thankful for that. Don't get me wrong, being on franchises uh, like Fortnite and also Like a Dragon, Yakuza,
Yeah.
Ryuga Gotoku is something that yes, I thought I've been always marveling and admiring as like a little youth,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, I'm like, oh shoot, pinching myself all over, and this is happening. We're being on Star Wars, being on Obi-Wan, or working Skeleton Crew, and a myriad of other projects. Yeah, it's something I've definitely thought like, oh, well, that would be pretty cool, but never did I imagine that I would get the opportunity to be on those projects and in those worlds. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, yeah. It's you said one thing there, lucky being in certain spots, but it also takes talent and you have to take, you have to have something for people to want you there. So you're obviously doing the right things when you're at that right point at that right time to be able to, be in shows like Obi-Wan Kenobi, or
Mhm.
Skeleton Crew, and you were part of a Netflix series called Sanctuary, and I mean, I
Yes.
think you were 8 episodes. I think you were in, weren't you?
Yeah, that full run. There were I remember that there were probably talks of there being possibly, I don't know for sure, but it could uh they wrapped the story up of that show pretty well. I
Yeah,
don't know if they would want to make a second season, but that would be really cool if the team in Japan would want to continue that show, and then which would be by popular demand
yeah.
require an English dub, and a
There
lot
you
of
go.
folks really enjoyed the English dub for that one. So,
Yeah.
and I owe it to the amazing engineers at Igloo
Hmm.
for making that project possible, and all my co-stars, even Earl Balon, who you may know him from the Tomb Raider Netflix anime, and also the Tomb Raider Survivor trilogy as Jonah.
Okay.
Uh, he's an incredible dude. I've done improv with him. He's such a jolly, down to earth, really good mana type of dude, and so I'm very. It just creates for a fun time,
Yeah,
especially when you have a good story to back it up.
for sure, for sure. And when you're surrounded by people, good people like that, it kind of helps to make you want want to be there and be part of that story too. It you can tell that in a lot of different projects when somebody is
Yeah.
happy to be there.
Yeah, and when people are happy to be there, they know why they're there.
Right.
That energy is infectious.
Yeah,
So you've got fellow hardworking people who are fun to work with, and all of that just manifests into something cool, and you feed off of that energy and you give energy back, and it just allows you all to really make something really fantastic.
for sure, for sure. So I know we're very
Mhm.
close in age. I think
Yeah.
you're born in '94, so
Yeah.
we're both millennials. So you kind of grew up with that kind of cool television. All of those good shows that kind of molded us
Right.
into who we are today.
Yes.
What
Oh
were some
man.
of your favorites growing up?
Oh my gosh, the list is expansive. I mean, you are you it goes without saying, you're a huge Power Rangers fan. I loved watching Mighty Morphin, In
Yeah,
Space, Rescue Squad, all of
yeah,
them. I love them all.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember, actually, believe it or not, my very first exposure to Power Rangers was actually res uh was Rescue,
Okay.
because um I got I remember I was in a kind of like a flea market, like a swap meet,
Hmm.
and I was with my grandma, I was with my Lola,
Yeah,
and there was this Game Boy Color game. It was the Power Rangers, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Rescue Squad. So I remember playing that on my purple Game Boy Color, and
yeah,
I was like, oh man, I was going through all the different Rangers, and I was like, ooh, okay, this is really cool.
yeah,
And then I eventually started watching, because I watched Digimon with the Fox Kids lineup, and
yeah.
then I was like, ooh, and then I eventually got the VHSs for the seasons of Power Rangers Rescue,
That's cool.
and then yeah, and that was that. And then I went and explored all the rest of the Saban
Right.
properties, and then eventually discovered Super Sentai and
Yeah.
Ultraman, all the stuff that inspired our wonderful Ranger
Right.
multiverse.
Yeah. Yeah. So they had two versions of that game. They had that on Game Boy, but they also had a version of that my friend had on Nintendo 64.
And yes,
Yeah,
okay,
and like you could actually like because Lightspeed Rescue, they were like emergency vehicles and stuff. And
right, the
so like
yeah,
yeah,
and the
and
fire
so
truck,
like you could
yes,
go
okay,
around and like put out fires and stuff as like
yeah.
the fire truck and everything. It was really cool that you could do all those different things, but then you could do like, monster battles and things like that. So yeah, I remember those games. Those were a lot of fun.
Yeah, Lightspeed Rescue. Yeah, for it being the first, it was a really great one to start with, and
Yeah.
yeah, it fit. And I even had a morpher. I don't, for the life of me, that was my very first morpher. It's somewhere. If worst case scenario, it was packed in what we call a bollock buy-in box, which
Okay.
gets shipped to the Philippines to like our extended family.
Oh,
But so it might be with them, or God knows, it's somewhere. Hopefully in some collector's treasure trove.
yeah.
Hopefully it's being treated well.
So you said Bollock can you say
Oh
that again?
yes. So in the Philippines, or I guess to Filipino folks,
Uh-huh.
it's what we call a bollock buy-in box.
Okay.
It's um I guess a rough translation is like a returnee box. It's basically a large cardboard box in
Hmm.
which we ship gifts, personal treats, items, uh,
Kind of like
that
a care package.
yeah, yes,
Okay. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Duh. Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
it is essentially a care package, and
That's
heck,
cool.
we would line it up with like spam cans and such. So
Nice.
spam never goes in short supply, and it's very beloved among Filipino folks. But yeah, in order to maintain that structural integrity. But yeah,
Yeah.
the returnee care package is a Bollock buy-in box. So
Okay. Okay.
right on.
Yeah. Yeah. So spam's a big thing in my house too. Love it.
That's cool.
we finally have like a Hawaiian food place here, and
Oh,
so they had some spam wrapped in seaweed with rice, and oh my
oh,
God, so good.
musubi.
Yeah, I'm in heaven now because I that's my stuff, man. I love that kind of food. So I'm really excited that we have that. I think it's a chain though because it's called Hawaiian Brothers. So I think it's like a
Ooh.
chain or something, but I mean, it does the job. I get that spam.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
When I head over to your neck of the woods, I might have to try Hawaiian Brothers. Yeah, they have different restaurants out here in Southern California. They have Ono, they have L&L, they have and a bunch of locally owned or independent ones too. They might have
Okay.
multiple locations. But
Yeah.
yeah, Hawaiian
Yeah.
Brothers sounds really really dope.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna try to make a trip out to California. I would like to this year, because I know there's a bunch of different conventions that Colin does out there. He's got, Riverside. He's got, I think, is it Pasadena? Or, no,
Yeah,
maybe not.
Pasadena. Yeah,
Okay,
Pasadena.
Pasadena,
Yeah, San
Riverside, and
Juan
then
Con.
Vegas, all those things.
Yeah.
And so I've been telling him, I was like, I want to come out there for that. That'd be really cool. So maybe when I come out there, we'll have to meet up and maybe hang out or something. That would be really cool.
Would very much love that. We can show you the world of Los
Yeah, yeah.
Angelinos. Yes.
So, who would you say were some of your biggest inspirations, when it comes to starting out, whether that be in acting, voice acting, even, or I know you're, a martial artist as well.
Yeah, no, I very much looked up to a lot of different performers that were in a lot of uh, shows and games that we'd play growing up. Um, I love a lot of the anime that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Joshua Seth, whom a lot of people know from the Digimon
Yes.
adventure
Yeah.
lineup. Yeah, he would voice Tai. Uh, yeah, and so whenever I heard Tai, I always resonated with that, and it was one of those kindling things to really get me into anime, and I didn't really know it was anime at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Same with Pokemon. I just like, oh, it's cartoons
Hmm.
because I guess that's how it was marketed in the West, unless you knew it was
Right.
Japanese anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
There was one that I forgot about, and then I had
Mm,
like this deep cut happen to where I remembered it just randomly one day, and I had no idea that it was anime, and that's Ronin Warriors.
oh,
Dude, and I loved that
whoa,
show when I was a kid,
oh
but I
my
totally
gosh.
forgot about it. And I just remembered like the samurai um armor that they wore and how they had
Yeah.
like the horns were all different and stuff. And I was like, well, yeah. And so and I was like, wait a minute. And I looked it up. I was like, oh, that is anime. So that I think that's probably for me, that's one of my earliest anime watches, I guess you could
Yeah,
say.
because that was like I I think we watched on like probably Toonami maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
like
Yeah. Cartoon
like
Network at least. Yeah.
yeah, late 80s early like night throughout the 90s for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Wow, what a trip. Yeah,
I
no,
know.
I would love that. And what I would like to do this is pretty embarrassing. Uh, heck, I would do this with Disney movies too, and I would act along with it. Very well. Just a quick thing in which will this will interweave with the
Okay.
heroes,
Okay.
um, and in my the people that inspire and I look up to other than Joshua Seth. So what I would do is I would grab like pillows, and they would have these elastic bands, like like I would connect them like kind of like armor pieces,
Yeah.
or sword, and like or like a shield, or like a and like use like a toy blaster or a a plastic sword in order to follow along and like kind of pretend
Hmm.
and act with it. So I guess you could say that was I was always admired by the stunt work that was seen in a lot of media
Yeah.
like in Lightspeed Rescue,
Right.
or even Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which is one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite martial arts movies of all times. Of all time, I love Ji Zhang, I love Michelle Yeoh, and Chow Yun Fat. They were all incredible on that, uh, and that really set the stage for me to really explore that imaginative frontier,
Mm-hmm.
in which I've used that as a current inspiration in order to create fight choreography or get in that mindset when I'm doing voice work.
Right.
And it's really interesting when you have an experience to draw from
Yeah.
and you're able to allow that to manifest, and you put your mind into that world,
Yeah.
and or into a fictional world or a possibly realistic one. And one of the great people who are able to do that with even their own voice is Crispin Freeman, who's another
Yeah.
favorite colleague of ours. And he was an incredible uh, player when we had the interactive media strikes with SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah.
And Crispin, I remember the first time I actually think I heard his voice was the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And I think that was a, yeah, I know this is
Yeah.
just a whole
No, you're good.
nostalgia trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, his the way how he just naturally speaks, and he's still able to embody the roles he plays. And so um s- starting there is a great place uh where I uh gather inspiration from in order to make my performances more lifelike, more realistic, more grounded,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
believable, in
Yeah.
order to you know put people in that similar position where they can imagine or relate to these characters.
For sure. For sure. I like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
martial arts and
Mm.
training, because I know you do stunt work, and there's a lot of I mean, I've looked at some of, like your reels and stuff that you have up on your Instagram, and I think you've got some of them on like your TikTok and all that,
Mm.
kind of preparing for, talking to you and everything. And so when did you start actually training in martial arts?
I started training martial arts when I was 12. I started
Okay.
in Taekwondo.
Hmm.
Thankfully, it wasn't so makudojo-y,
Yeah.
as you might have heard the term. A lot of us have heard the term. But yeah, I made it to first degree. I studied, uh, and yeah, I do wish my body were as nimble, but I still try to push it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing flips and such, and acrobatics and inversions, things like that, help make sure that I am at the top of my game, and also I can teach that to folks who want to learn it,
Right.
or still perform in ways that can create a story and still
Gotcha.
tell it.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you actually train when it comes to stunt work?
Absolutely.
You
It's an ongoing process. Yeah,
Gotcha.
even if I were to do like voice work
Hmm.
full time,
Hmm.
training is very important, especially for you personally.
Yeah.
It helps keep your mind sharp. It helps keep your body uh, fit.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it also is a very good creative outlet that you can draw inspiration from. In a lot of video games and anime, you hear these grunts, you hear these embodied um, the vocalizations of effort. You
Yeah.
see battle sounds and you hear them, and um, when you do that, you can't. Sometimes it kind of lets out.
Yeah.
Of course, like if someone voiced Link,
Yeah.
like from The Legend of Zelda,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
that. It just sounds so goofy, but then like you're like, I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do this. But yeah, it's just fun. It's like you get in that mindset. It's like you kind of like go into a little bit rabbit hole of a moment. Like I'm the protagonist. I can do this, and no one is gonna stop me. And things like that.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
over the top. Yeah, it's really fun. When you're training, it allows you to exercise those creative muscles and really see, huh, this would be cool.
Yeah,
Or has someone done that yet?
right.
Or, huh, I haven't seen anyone done that yet. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, this
So the
professional pretend.
and I mean that's the fun part,
Yeah.
is I did have DJ and Colin on together for an episode to
The
talk about
dudes.
um they talked about doing different scenes and stuff together, and they're like, they do their scene and we're gonna do this and no, and everything, and then he's like, want to go get a drink later, grown men, yeah. Just going
Cause
right
we
back.
can.
Exactly. But I did want to say one thing here, and I think this is
Hmm.
funny. I love
Yeah.
doing video now. And the reason why I say that
Ooh.
is because when you were doing that voice a second ago,
Hmm.
you you can see the believability in your face. You're making expressions as that person. I believe I can do this, and everything. And I love being able to see that because there's more to it than just creating a voice. And I see
Hmm.
that a lot with voice actors. They do different things with their posture, with their facial expressions and everything. They're completely becoming that character. It's not just talking like we are doing right here. There's so much more behind it than just
Mm.
creating a voice.
Right. And the way how, yeah, as you know, the process for doing that is believing
Yeah,
that you are that character, that person. Sam
right.
Witwer is a perfect example.
Yeah,
When he's voiced Starkiller, Galen Merrick, or um, Darth Maul.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and Maul Shadow Lord is a show that we're looking forward to this year. But yeah, he's like, through my mind's eye, Kenobi. And yeah, you can hear the snarl, the details, the depth. It's like every word shows, or you can hear the conflict, you can hear the trauma in his
Yeah,
voice. And so yeah, it's all devil's in the details
yeah,
for sure.
definitely. So you're a big Star Wars fan, I'm gathering.
Hmm,
You know,
maybe,
maybe a
I
little
don't
bit.
know, maybe a tiny bit. Just a tad.
Do you have a favorite saga? Like, do you like the original? Are you a prequel? Do you like the sequels? So which ones, were your Star Wars?
I grew up with the original trilogy. Oh, well, I watched the VHS. Um, yeah, the first run of the VHS of the original trilogy,
Hmm.
because I would have my toy model X-wings or my
Yeah,
Lego sets, and I
yeah,
would fly them to the scenes.
yeah.
They arrive in Cloud City. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't own a Millennium Falcon at the time. I actually did not buy a Millennium Falcon until Rise of Skywalker came out because money.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
Those
um,
things are expensive.
oh yeah, I actually had this foam disc shooter instead that shot out these pink little foam discs with like little donut holes in them, and
Okay.
you would load them into like the 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 top side.
Like
Uh,
a hopper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you would drop them there, and then you would turn it on, and it would have like an electric motor in there, and then it would shoot, and you would hear blaster noises coming from the Millennium Falcon as you shot these foam discs.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
miss that toy
Yeah,
so much.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, long story short, I would say the original trilogy, in terms of, I love all of Star Wars.
Hmm.
Let me face it. Let me be truthful. I love even the Acolyte.
Okay.
I love, I love what they were going for. I
Right.
love it.
Right.
I even have a bit of bias towards the Acolyte, having been a part of that process. And I enjoyed Skeleton Crew. But I did grow up with the original trilogy first,
Yeah.
and I was there for the theatrical releases for the prequels. I just love Star Wars. Um,
Right on. Right on.
it
Nothing
was
wrong
really
with that,
fun.
man.
Yeah, no
Nothing wrong with
impartial, no partial love. All of it.
that. So when you're not doing voiceovers and you're not acting, you're just
Mm.
hanging out, being yourself. What do you like to do in your spare time? Oh, no
Relieving
panic.
anxiety. What?
Wait a
I'm not
minute.
working? No.
We didn't
You
say we were going
know?
to talk about this.
Oh man. You know, as it turns out, I love to cook. I
Really?
really love cooking.
Okay.
A lot of my close friends and family know that I love to cook. I
Okay.
there is folks who are listening and watching, you guys may have seen, uh, or you can find videos of me performing teppanyaki maneuvers. So like if you know of Benihana
Mm-hmm.
or Musashi, like those griddle Japanese cooks that make
Mm-hmm.
like the onion volcano, or like throw a piece of shrimp or scallop into your mouth
Right.
while you're
Yeah.
leaning back.
Yeah.
Ah, but yeah, I practice that as a kind of like pastime, and I almost I actually almost got hired on a production with Danny Trejo at one point.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it fell through. But I remember like practicing. I would
Yeah.
get steaks, and I'm like, okay, I've got my meals ready for this week. Let's make
Yeah.
some fried rice and some hibachi steak or
Yeah.
teppanyaki steak. But yes,
Yeah.
it turned out great. Oh man. However, it did contribute to my now running gout problem, but I'm very
Oh.
healthy now.
Yeah.
But still, still got to be careful with the red meat intake.
Right.
But yes, got a lot of practice in with that. I love cooking. I love making stir fry veggies. I love making fried rice, and being able to serve and host folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
doing that.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so I burn water, you know.
Oh, my bro.
I know, but I'm
That
really
that.
getting into to like grilling and stuff. I love to grill.
Ooh.
I'm starting to get into smoking meats and things like that too. So, like I found a really good
Mhm.
recipe for ribs and things like that. So I'm not
Oh.
completely, out of it now, but I when it comes to like the actual kitchen, my wife, I wasn't always this big. I'm like 280, and I was not always this big.
Grr.
Yeah, I used to be a smaller man, but I married a baker. So
Oh.
yeah, it's
Happy bro. Oh my
oh yeah.
gosh.
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, one thing's for sure. Your wife is lucky. You're even luckier. That's for sure.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome.
Do you have any goals set for this next year?
Oh yes, many. But one that stands out amidst, role uh manifesting roles I would love to be in. Like I know um ever since I was a kid, I would love to be on a Resident Evil game. I would love to be on a Resident Evil
Yes.
Biohazard game. I
Yeah.
love that was one franchise that I was introduced to at a very young age,
Hmm.
but I loved it.
Okay.
Thank you, mom. Um, yeah, mom's a gamer.
Yeah.
But yes, uh, yeah, no, I, it's really to connect with those who want to come into this world,
Yeah.
who want to explore media, voice acting, or storytelling,
Hmm.
and whether it's in stunts or voice acting, or those who are just curious and who were originally, curious. They've always been curious, but they were afraid. But now they feel a little more adventurous, a little more willing.
Yeah.
I look forward to actually meeting a lot of different folks and hopefully being the catalyst for that journey. And when I hear success stories when they come back, it just warms my heart. I know I do that when I work with people who are directing my voice sessions or who are stunt coordinators on things
Yeah.
I work on. Kyle Haybear is a an incredible storyteller that I've had the wonderful chance to work with,
Hmm.
and share stories with, and basically be on a very very understanding level play field like I'm
Yeah.
just casually hanging out with Gohan. Yeah. And so yeah, he's so we can just be goofy during a voice session but still get work done.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, I look forward to being able to be uh someone who helps people along in their journey,
Right.
and hopefully get to see it through and hear stories, good stories, hopefully, when they come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Having fun doing stuff, doing what you do is important, to have fun and to be able to, even though, yes, this is work, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes not always taking yourself so serious can be a
Mm-hmm.
good motivator, a good way to be productive in some ways. There is, some ways that it has to, okay, we got to get this done. But if you're just
Yeah.
sitting there and it's all serious all the time, it, it's not the same, And a good example of that for me is I'm a huge Supernatural fan. Love the show.
Ooh, ooh.
Okay. And you look at all of like the blooper reels and all the stuff that they do and hear the stories that have come out now. Man, they had so much fun doing that. And that's one of the best TV shows ever, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, seeing Dean and Sam,
Yeah.
you know, seeing Jared and Jensen,
Yeah.
their chemistry is so freaking good. I
Oh,
remember
yes.
watching it through its run on the CW. I
Hmm.
love that show. Um, oh my gosh. And I'm not sure if you watch The Boys at all.
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I love the boys. Well,
Yeah,
it's Eric
because
Kripke.
they're quickly.
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
It's Eric, and oh yeah, goes
yeah.
without saying. And they're gearing up for their final season. And aren't Jarrett? I correct
Hmm.
me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw in the most recent trailer that Jared and Jensen are
Yeah,
both in it.
they are.
I
And I
don't know
think
how the heck.
Misha might be in it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Ooh, it's a total it's a whole total supernatural reunion.
oh, I know. I love it. Well, and I always thought that it was funny that, President Singer was Bobby Singer. So I was like, okay, yeah, they're not trying to hide it there.
Oh no, they were like, we're just gonna slide this in
Yeah.
right there, not too much, right there.
Yeah, yeah. So I love the entirety of that show. I'm always in a constant state of rewatching some part of that show, just because it's my favorite.
Yeah.
And what would you say is your favorite storyline in that show?
Ooh,
I'm a first 5 seasons guy. I like the first 5 seasons because that's the original story.
yeah,
Yeah.
I, gosh, I would. I think I've watched the first season the most out of any
Okay.
of the seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the first season and I'm a sucker for just like the origin stories of how it starts, and
Right.
yeah. But I will say a guilty pleasure though. I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, because you explore the Hookman, you explore the oh yeah, the
Lady in
Curse
White.
of Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that one.
Yeah.
Um, but a guilty pleasure, because of an old friend of mine. I remember when they made a Scooby Doo
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I will say that is actually a Halloween tradition for me now. Is to
Really?
watch the Supernatural Scooby Doo special.
Oh, that's so great. That's
Yeah.
so great.
So, so to answer your question truthfully, it is that storyline. It's not actually a supernatural answer, but it is. That's my answer.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a great episode. And I
Yeah.
actually had he didn't play Scooby-Doo on it, but he talked about how he actually auditioned for it. He played Scooby-Doo in other things, but he
Mm-hmm.
also played Scrappy and he's played Shaggy, and I'm talking about Scott Innes.
Scott
I
Innes.
had him on the show last year and talking about, you know, the whole supernatural thing. And he's like, man, I really wish I could have done that, because it was so big. Supernatural was such a big deal, when it was on TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It was definitely one of the most popular shows um for prime time. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I would watch even Heroes
Yeah,
with that lineup. Yeah, it was like was start like 2005. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, around that time. But yeah, prime time TV.
I, so you brought up another show there that's like one of my I love, even though it kind of got killed a little bit in that final season, but Heroes, man, that did you watch the how how they did the reboot? Did you watch that?
Oh, Reborn. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
okay,
I did, I did, I
yeah.
did. I was like, oh, you know what? That warrants another watch. I haven't watched it in a hot minute, but
Same. I don't even remember really the storyline on that one.
yeah, it's like they were running with something and then they couldn't run with it.
Yeah,
That's what scares me with revivals. I'm
yeah,
like, when you gonna do?
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
like Dexter came
Hmm.
back and it was great.
It was.
Um, they're working on a Buffy
Yes. Yep.
revival. They're
Yep.
bringing back Malcolm in the Middle. I'm like,
Oh,
what?
really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and Frankie Muniz and like the whole family's back. Even Scrubs is actually working on a sequel
Okay.
series. Hopefully it's good. I that was another series that super enjoyed.
Yeah.
The whole cast. Um, I'm still sad I didn't get to work with Zach Braff on Obi-Wan, but
Ah, yeah.
that was great. He was that mole creature,
Oh, okay. Okay.
and the way how the puppeteering worked
Right.
with that creature was really cool. But
Yeah.
that aside from the little side note, but yes, yeah, no, I can't. That's something I'm gonna have to revisit for Heroes Reborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got the legacy of save the cheerleader, you got to save the world.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Well, and so Hero is my favorite character in the entire show. And so
Nakamura.
to the point where anytime I did something and I was proud, I was like, "Ita!" You know? So I would do that, every time. And everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, you didn't watch Heroes, did you?"
I mean, of course, people like who spoke Japanese will be like, "Eh?"
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, anyone who's like, mm,
Hmm.
"I see you, I see you, Nakamura-san." Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love Hiro. I
Hmm.
love Hiro.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a star crush on Kristen Bell when she came in as Elle,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
lightning powers. But yeah, that was cool. And then she was up and coming. She had been in a few things before, and eventually she got to be a Disney princess, and
Exactly.
eventually a Disney queen as Queen Anna for the Frozen IP.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, I was always intrigued though by the Matt Parkman
Yes.
storyline.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Greg. Yeah, I loved his stories because he was probably one of the most relatable characters. Greg Grunberg approached that character so well, and his powers they're quite scary, especially when they went into that whole uh, that story arc about him and his dad. I'm like,
Right.
oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That one. I forgot about that storyline.
For
Okay.
those who are
Yeah.
listening in, this is why you gotta watch Heroes. Go get a box set on Amazon
Yeah.
or something, or
Yeah.
your local Walmart or Best Buy.
I think they have it on Amazon Prime too. It's on
Oh,
there. Yeah.
ooh. If
So,
not,
yeah.
maybe Peacock.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, because
Maybe.
it's NBC. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
great show.
Great show. Yeah. I think the biggest and we'll get back on track here in a minute. This is the reason why I call the show If You Give a Dad a Podcast, because we can talk about anything. You don't know where it's gonna go. So but the biggest character to come out of that would have to be Siler, you know. His
Ooh,
growth in that show, because
that
he's
Quinto,
he's
that
the bad
Quinto.
guy, but at the same time have
Yeah.
you start rooting for him after that first season, in some ways because I mean he does he changes,
Hmm.
and so he has a lot of character growth in that
Hmm.
series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Zach Zach Quinto really really performed his heart with that, and
he did.
Oh yeah, and I remember, and he had that power where he would cut
Hmm.
people's heads open and
Right.
steal their power,
Right.
and then it got and he was just being manipulated left and right.
Right.
Uh, if there was someone who could exploit his powers, or
Hmm.
like potentially turn him good, but it would all be as a means to an end.
Right.
Yeah, no, it created for a riveting character because he went through a whole path of
Yeah.
self-discovery, and he felt things
Yeah.
and really became a really well-written character. And yeah,
For
I,
sure.
I, I definitely feel that. I definitely relate.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. One other thing that I do want to talk about because it's
Yeah.
something that um,
Mm-hmm.
I play all the time now. I
Mm-hmm.
just got a PS5 for my birthday this last year. My wife
Mm-hmm.
was really awesome and got me one. And I play Fortnite
Oh.
all the time, dude. Like all the time. Me and I have another podcast friend named Ben. He has the Technical Difficulties podcast, and
Ooh. Okay.
we've started doing like joint projects and stuff together. Like he went to a convention with me in Paris, Texas,
Uh-huh.
and we did like a live podcast while we were there and everything like that. So we're starting to do more stuff like that. Well, he's my Fortnite buddy. We play that all the time. Kind of go through that
Oh
on
snap.
how you got that part, because that's really cool.
I do have to thank my agency for that. Shout out to the library agency. Thank you so much, Julia and the whole team. Um, I remember I uh, drove out to I drove out to Side LA's studio
Hmm.
uh, close to El Segundo. Um, and yeah, my I do remember that day vividly. That day, I was directed by the great J.B. Blanc, a very well-renowned voice actor
Yeah.
and mentor and performer. JB is incredible. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure how this went down was my promo demo, which showcases a lot of DJ stuff and radio
Hmm.
promos I used to do back in the day. That um uh a lot of that was showcased. So I guess the
Yeah.
casting directors were like, "Oh, let's do that." They hired JB to sit in for my uh, session, and then he was guiding me through. Yeah, I was saying a lot of different dialogue, like for all the nanners in the nanner bus. Yeah, it was like nanner on the nanner bus versus the battle bus.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is so Peely incorporated.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I was doing just a bunch of different quips that radio hosts would do when you would be driving throughout the map. And the devs can do whatever they want. Sometimes they can litter it here and there, and you have these tracks that they're able to play
Yeah.
every season. It's a live service game,
Yeah.
so I'm very honored that I get to be a part of that Fortnite legacy.
Right.
And there's there's so many different skins
Oh
and
my
different
gosh. Yeah.
character customizations,
Yep.
and also the maps. Oh my gosh. And for sure, if you ever want to have me climb on Fortnite,
Okay.
literally, it's just like show me your Star Wars skins. Just show
Okay.
me that. The majority of my collection is literally Star Wars skins.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will not lie.
I
I'm
started right
yeah, really
as the
should.
Power Rangers season started.
Oh,
So I
what?
have all of those skins. Like I've got, I even got the green and the white, and I got the Megazord, I got the Dragon Zord. I didn't get the black and gold Megazord though. Like I
Mm.
just missed that one barely. But yeah, that's where I started. So
Oh
yeah,
wow. Oh
yeah.
my gosh, you went all in. You're like totally worth it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jason
So
David Frank would be proud, man.
for sure. Do you play a lot?
I will confess I haven't played in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Just because I'm busy. But yeah,
I
no,
get it.
I,
Yeah.
I intend I definitely intend to play more.
Yeah.
And for sure. At the very least, I always come out of my busyness hole in
Hmm.
order during May the 4th
Yeah.
celebrations.
There you go.
Yeah, no, when the stormtroopers come out to play and the clones, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like let's go ahead and mush some clankers. Oh yeah, let's blow something up.
Man, this is great. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
You're making it easy for me to find clips, for later.
I'm gonna
So
be a meme.
there you go.
Mom, I can be a meme.
Do you have any other games that you like to play?
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh, I love JRPGs. I love survival horror. I did mention that I love Resident Evil.
hmm
True to my core, I love to apparently play a lot of skill-based games. I do like this. I do enjoy playing Elden Ring, a
Yeah.
lot of the Soulsborne games.
Yeah.
Um, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is actually on my playlist right now.
Okay.
I am currently playing through Yakuza 0. Um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I worked on Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii when Matt Mercer voiced uh, Majima, and so
hmm
hearing him in an older game
hmm
on the English dub in the director's cut
Yeah.
was a nice treat. So I was like, "Ooh, hey Matt, what's up?" Yeah. But yeah, no, there's an expansive game playlist I have.
Yeah.
Yakuza 0 is part of it. I've been replaying a lot of older games too, actually.
All right.
I actually played to some it's called Quack Attack. It came out like like when DuckTales and like
Okay.
Gargoyles
Yep.
um and Darkwing Duck were
Darkwing
being
Duck.
really popular. Yeah, Quack Attack or Going Quackers. Donald Duck Going Quackers was a game I recently played.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know
yeah,
that one.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
really fun. It's a fun platformer, and there's like 9 different versions. Some of them are ports,
Yeah.
but yeah, they were very different. I was playing the PC version out of
hmm
recommendation by my girlfriend,
Yeah.
who's in Finland, and she played the
Oh.
Finnish version. I
Okay.
also, because I hadn't played the English version. Long story short, but I just played the Finnish version. Um, Out of the woodwork because I'm also learning Finnish. That's in addition
Nice.
to knowing English, learning Finnish, and also practicing Japanese and speaking Spanish is a big part of my ongoing adventure and journey as a performer. But yes, um, yeah, seeing how that was different because in Finland,
Uh-huh.
they have different names for their characters. Like
Okay.
Donald Duck isn't Donald Duck over there; he's actually Aku Ankan,
Okay.
which is like it is like a Donald Duck, but they use a different words because they have different words for different things.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Aku Ankan is that word play on that, like how Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse or or a horse collar and so on.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've been playing a lot of different nostalgic titles, old and then more modern games and new, trying to catch up and stay with the times.
I get you. I get you. I kind of do that. The cool thing with PlayStation Plus is you have older
Oh,
games
you
you can
have the
do.
library. You get to
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
everything.
And they got all those games you can stream. And the first thing I did, I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna replay God of War, the original one. And so I did
Oh.
that. And then everybody's like, you need to play the new ones. Those are the really cool ones. I was like, okay, but I got to finish this because I want to see if I still got it, if I can still do it. And I did. And so now I'm playing a little bit of everything though. But
And now
yeah.
as a dad, he sounds like this. He says, "Come here, boy." He can't stop hearing it in his voice. "Come here, boy. Boy. Boy."
Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Come here, boy. Yeah.
There we go. "Wash my chest, boy." Chris
Yeah.
Judge is going to be like, "What the heck are you doing?"
Man, he did such a good job on that.
He's a perform he's an amazing performer.
Yeah,
Performance cap and voice. He's
absolutely.
an incredible
Absolutely.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
very nice.
So do you have a favorite project that you've worked on?
Oh my gosh. Oh
I know
boy.
that's a hard one. That's, because you've done so much and amazing
I'm
stuff too.
Thank you. No, I love how I've done all the work I've done so far, and I look forward to being able to breathe more to life. Starting even with my very first video game character in Eternal Return, as the Fighting Fist high school brawler Hyun Woo. That game's been going on since 2020, but its prequel started back in 2017, which was like the advent of my whole acting career.
Yeah.
I would say that probably my favorite project I have worked on was literally my step into Star Wars. I would say Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
Um, there was this really quick. There uh the first time I met Ewan McGregor, because when you work on a set, you generally don't talk to the principal
Hmm.
talent when unless they speak to you.
Right.
There was I could have sworn it was Christine, but it could have been someone else, who's who played R2 in the Book of Boba Fett. I'm pretty sure it was someone different, but there was someone piloting the Gonk droid, where you would get the tokens for the transport in Obi-Wan after the Sandwheel Butchers would finish their shift.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when they were getting close-ups of the other characters for their scenes, um, Ewan McGregor was off stage, and then there was this Pomeranian that belonged to the Gonk Droid pilot, or the Gonk Droid performer,
Yeah.
and then it was barking, and then Ewan starts petting it, and I was like, "Oh, is that your dog?" He's like, and I totally forgot that
Yeah.
Ewan has his own voice separate from Obi-Wan. He's like, "Oh no, I'm just petting it just to get it to shut up." I was like, "That's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he just talked to me." And that was not the first words I thought was gonna come out of his mouth. I think that's a exclusive for your show. I don't think I've told that story.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a great story. A memorable moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love telling that story, when I can. But yeah, no, I don't think I've shared it with anyone on public. But yeah, it was a really cool story. It was a
That
very
is
funny one.
that is really cool. From what I hear, he's a really down to earth guy,
Oh
and
yeah.
very, very chill and stuff. So I love hearing stories like that, because they're people too,
Yeah.
and just getting to know them. I had Adam Tuominen on
Ooh,
the show,
yes.
and
Uh,
talking about working with Daniel Radcliffe, and at first how he
yeah.
was kind of he was a little taken, a little didn't talk to anybody, but as he got to know him, he got to hang out with him and talk to him, and he kind of opened up, and I love that because my biggest thing with doing this show, because I'm going on year 4 here, and I've had some moments where I've been extremely nervous doing this show, and my wife always reminds me they're just people too. They want you to talk to them like normal people, and
Yeah.
it's important that you do that. And I've learned that even going to conventions and stuff, which leads me into another question here in a second. But
Yeah.
um, going to cons, when you
Mm.
walk up to them, they've had all these people fan out at them all day long,
Yeah.
just, oh my God, if you walk up and just have a normal conversation with them, ask them, how was your trip in? Just treat them like a normal human being. You're going to have a much more memorable experience talking with them in that case.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Oh my gosh. That reminds me. When I actually caught up with Richard Epcar. You may know him as like the voice of Zangetsu in like Bleach, or
okay. Yeah.
Ansem from Kingdom Hearts.
Hmm.
I spoke with him and his wife Ellen actually a year ago at Anime Los Angeles, which is actually this weekend. Uh, the first time I met them both was actually a rap party with PCB Productions when we were celebrating the release of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Persona 5 Strikers, Persona 3 Reload on and The Man Who Erased his name. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
whole celebration rap party, and so I was surprised that Richard remembered me, and I'm that's another actor I'm very much inspired by. It's Richard Epcar.
Yeah.
He's got this very deep voice. Again, there's something about deep voices that's very inspiring. I don't know
Yeah.
why. But yeah, he's like, darkness is the heart's true essence. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they're
good.
so wonderful people, and they just love talking and meeting people, and their hearts are in it, and
Right.
I totally relate. Just like with Adam, just like with Daniel,
Yeah.
Radcliffe. Yeah,
Yeah.
the walls just come down when you
Yeah.
just think of people as people.
Right. Right. Well, and I mean, those walls come up because of years and years of, people coming
Uh
up
huh.
and paparazzi and things like that.
Yeah.
And so when they realize, oh, they're not trying to treat me like a object, as a person,
Yeah.
things change. So, do
That's
you go to a lot of conventions?
guilty as charged. I do. Usually it's for actually. Usually it's not for pleasure. It's actually because I'm involved with a not-for-profit charity group that actually teaches and uses costuming, lightsaber, stunt performances in the realm of a galaxy far, far away to help raise money and uh, reach out to the community. Saber Guild, the
Okay.
501st Legion, Rebel Legion, uh, the Dark Empire. A lot of these costuming groups are involved in Star Wars that are recognized by Lucasfilm.
Hmm.
I'm a part of that, and
That's
so
cool.
I'll be doing sometimes booth duty, or I'll be doing panels on like what we do. Um, and then I will also come in cosplay because I love dressing up. I love
Yeah.
whether it is like something is like that is Star Wars focused, or I will be my own cosplay. I will be Pirate Spidey because there's probably a Pirate Spider-Man somewhere. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, that was what I cosplayed last Anime Los Angeles. Other than that, you may see me as the Stranger from The Acolyte, or you
Okay.
may catch me in my Jedi look, or my Sith Zabrak with Zabrak horns.
Yeah.
But I'll still get that occasional, "Hey, it's Darth Maul." I'm like, do I look like Darth Maul? That's a running joke that we have. It's like we look like, but we're not there.
Right.
It's funny. But yeah, I love going to cons, and I love being able to meet different types of people and support artists in Artist Alley
Right.
and really get some cool swag to share with my friends and family.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Next weekend is our big one here. I'm in Northwest Arkansas. And so there's a group called VXV who does different events and stuff around
Okay.
the South and all of that. And they have the big one that's here. And we've got quite a few really cool guests. I get to meet Blake Foster, um, Scott Ennis, the guy that that
Yeah.
played Scooby Doo. He's going to be there. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. The guy
Whoa.
that played the voice of Cyborg in uh, Teen Titans and in
In
Teen
Teen
Titans
Titans.
Go.
Yeah.
He's going to be there. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of them. Like there's a whole list, and so I'm really excited to go to that. I'm taking my buddy that I was talking about earlier from
Mm-hmm.
the podcast, and we're gonna go. I think on one. I try to go on. So I'm strategic about going to these though.
Okay. No, no, you have a
I
good game plan. I
I
like it.
I so it's Saturday and Sunday. Everybody goes on Saturday. Sunday's a little lighter, so I always go on Sunday. That way I have more time to talk to these people.
Smart.
Yeah, yeah,
As always, smart.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't think I've met Carrie Payton yet. The guy who voices Cyborg in Teen Titans.
yeah.
Um,
Well, he's the
he
same guy that did you watch The Walking Dead?
yeah. Uh-huh.
So he's the one that had the tiger.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Same guy. Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah,
It,
for years I didn't know his face because obviously you only
yeah,
know his voice watching Teen Titans. But
right.
yeah, when we saw him on The Walking Dead, I was
Yeah,
like, wait, that sounds familiar. Oh shit, it's Cyborg.
yeah. I took my
Probably
kids to
familiar.
see the Teen Titans Go movie,
Oh yeah,
And yeah, and man, and then they had that little thing at the end, to
oh
where it showed Teen Titans,
Teen
and I was like,
Titans,
oh my
the
God,
original
yeah,
with the Go.
yeah. I was like, oh my God, I thought we were gonna get more of, some more of that, and I was like, oh, because that's what I remember watching was that. My
Everything
kids
in
did
pencil.
Go, so yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's, we've talked about all kinds of stuff here tonight, and this is a lot of fun. I've been kind of all over the place with what we're talking about. I've just got a few more questions for you, and then
Sure,
we'll
please.
get you off of here and everything.
Yeah.
Anime, is there any specific one that maybe you're really enjoying right now?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so much enjoying. I'm actually. I waited for it to finish. I'm actually watching it with my girlfriend right now. We're watching Spy Family.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, we're
that's a good one.
loving the recent uh, season, and it's just funny all the hijinks and all the crazy stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Spy Family is one of them. I'm going through Jujutsu Kaisen right now because our friends from the core dance crew, who are
Hmm.
an incredibly professional dance group
Yeah.
that have made choreo that's based on Teen Titan, based on The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
um, Pokemon. They
Hmm.
did an Eevee number too. Also they did K-pop Demon Hunters recently.
Okay.
Um, oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
incredible. We actually perform at a lot of the Comic Cons here in Southern California
Hmm.
for the Masquerade, and so we do like a joint halftime show
Oh,
where
cool.
they'll perform for half
Hmm.
of the halftime,
Yeah.
and we will do our stunt spectacular for half of the halftime.
That's
So yeah,
really cool. Yeah,
yeah,
that is really awesome.
yeah. We love seeing each other, and yeah, uh, that's definitely a part of it. I would say that yeah, Spy Family, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer are definitely among those I'm really liking. I am revisiting Bleach. Watching Thousand Year Blood War. I love
Okay.
the animation on it. Seeing everyone back is quite amazing, and even hearing, uh, the newer talent take up the mantle of voice actors who aren't back to voice their characters. It's
Right.
it's really refreshing,
Yeah.
and it's like, huh, this feels familiar, and so yeah, it's nice to see the story continue.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
Yeah,
So, if you were going to give somebody a piece of advice starting out that you wish that you would have received when you first started, what would that be?
I'm looking at you guys for those who have a visual aid. If you're listening to me, listen to me good. You need to be a nerd. Embrace it. Do not be afraid to be a little wacky. You must embrace your quirks. Embrace what makes you you. Have fun. Don't be a stickler. Freaking go out and have fun. Play with your friends. Go outside and play. Heck, you got lightsabers? Start banging them together, but not too hard. Make something cool. Make some choreo, and next thing you know, you could end up being on freaking the next jaw dropping, really good Star Wars show or next Star Wars production. They'll fly you over to freaking London if they don't bring back productions back to the States.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, literally, have fun, dress up, cosplay. It doesn't have to be like super accurate. If it's something that you made with your own hands and fingers, as close as possible, but it's something that you can be proud of, embrace it. Definitely don't be afraid to fail and embrace being weird. Be a nerd. Proudly.
I love it. I love it. Do you have anything coming up that maybe you want to talk about?
That I can talk about.
That you,
Lots of
I heard
really,
the wording there that you can talk about. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
NDAs are a thing,
Yeah.
kids. You gotta be careful.
Right, right.
It is fresh for 2026. I would just say, keep up the tabs with me on the socials,
Hmm.
and I will be more than happy to share the projects that I have coming out when I can.
Yeah,
It's going to be very exciting, and uh, I can't wait to share with all of you.
awesome. And if people want to follow you, how can they do that?
Yes, they can follow me on Instagram, X, TikTok, uh, at J Cabanting VA. That's J Cabanting, my first initial, my last name, followed by VA. You can also find me on Blue Sky at jcabantingvoices.com. And also, you can find me on uh, TikTok as well. Unless I did mention that, that's going to be edited. But yes, you can find me there. You can also find me on YouTube as well under Jake Cabanting VA. I'm I'm very active on all these platforms just to make sure I reach out to our audiences of all ages.
Awesome. Well, I'll definitely be tagging you in all of this as I'm advertising the episode. I do one thing here now at the end of the show, and this started with Colin Bass because he threw me off on this. It's if you give a dad a podcast, so you got to have a dad joke of the week. And so you brought something up which brought an old dad joke to the forefront of my mind.
Oh yeah.
And that is,
Okay.
you're talking about crouching tigers, hidden dragons. Why
Ooh.
don't you see any dragons or tigers in the movie?
I don't know. Why don't you?
Because they're crouching and hidden.
Well, that was so good. I'm not faking this. I'm literally coughing and wheezing.
Well, now that I've
That was
made
good.
you not be able to talk anymore,
Oh man, you took
good
my
thing you got
breath
all.
away, Jared. Holy crap. That was so good.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that was good. That's a good reaction. I've had people tell me I'm leaving now, so I'm glad that was the
Mic drop.
reaction. Yeah. Well, Justin, this has been amazing talking to you. I have really enjoyed this. We're definitely going to have to get you back on the show because we've got
Oh,
tons of stuff that we can talk about. Apparently, I mean, you can just sit here and nerd out for an hour. So,
oh my gosh, for sure.
yeah,
And when there's a freaking really fun time, a new Fortnite update, I'm gonna be there.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, we're going to say bye here for now. And again, thank you so much.